it's okay. But when you find someone like, Canelo or Golovkin, it's a different kettle of fish. I have to lean towards Canelo.
You're not going to beat Canelo until somehow over a long period of time Canelo beats himself.
Canelo Alvarez responded to Terence Crawford during the press conference, saying Crawford is not on his level and criticized fighters who focus only on lasting 12 rounds instead of giving fans an exciting fight. According to Canelo, such cautious tactics lead to boring matches. Former champion Kell Brook, who has faced both Golovkin and Crawford, also shared his thoughts on the fight. He said this will be a new kind of challenge for Crawford because Canelo's style is very different from the opponents Crawford has faced. Brook explained that Crawford relies on speed and skill, while Canelo brings a mix of power, ring IQ, and strategy that makes him unique.
It's a wow fight. It's two supreme athletes fighting against each other. But you've got to sway towards Canelo. Crawford's gonna have to, move up, and I know when I boxed Golovkin, there's a big difference, especially with someone that, fighting a middleweight, a mediocre world champions, okay. But when you find someone like, Canelo or Golovkin, it's a different kettle of fish, I have to lean towards Canelo, but, Crawford's very, very, very good.
You think Crawford's still got the legs? Obviously, he's very much got great IQ in the ring.
Brook pointed out that Canelo's ability to adjust mid-fight and use his strength puts real pressure on his opponents. He said facing someone as powerful and adaptable as Canelo requires a different level of mindset and preparation. Brook made it clear that Canelo's unique style gives him an advantage and warned Crawford that this is not the type of opponent he's faced before.
He's still got the legs to be maybe outmoving Canelo if he needs to.
Well, I don't know, I think when we look back at Mayweather when he beat Canelo, he's a mover. Crawford's not really like Mayweather in that aspect. He's more, he kind of sets his feet. He's cute with how he approaches, chucking shots and moving. I think it's a different fight to Mayweather, and Canelo's obviously a different fighter from when he boxed Mayweather. But like I say, it's one of them what we've got to tune into and watch. Both unbelievable fighters, but I'd have to favour Canelo. Just his size and his experience, and just his ring generalship, he's got confidence, he's big.
Veteran commentator Jim Lampley shared his strong belief that Canelo Alvarez will beat Terence Crawford. He praised Crawford's talent and record, but said Canelo's experience, strength, and mental toughness make him a serious challenge. Lampley pointed to Canelo's success against top fighters in multiple weight classes as a big advantage. He also mentioned Canelo's control over pace and space in the ring as a key factor. According to Lampley, Canelo's strong defense and counterpunching could limit Crawford's offense. Overall, he believes Canelo's complete skill set gives him the edge despite Crawford's clear talent.
He's a great defender. He has the most solid punch resistance of anybody in the sport. Nobody's ever knocked him off balance. Nobody's ever really knocked him down. There's only one official knockdown in his career, and it was because he bounced off the ropes when Jose Cotto hit him with a hard shot to the chest. And the referee employed a strict interpretation of the rules and said, oh, the ropes held you up, so that's a knockdown. He's never been put on his back by anybody. He rides horseback every morning. His legs are the strongest in the sport. You're not going to beat Canelo until somehow over a long period of time Canelo beats himself. If he gets tired of all the discipline he has had to employ to make all the money he's made, if he has enough giant ranches in the Yucatan, if he has enough beautiful horses, if he has had enough unforgettable dinners with Mexican billionaires in Mexico City and Vegas, then maybe. But my guess is he will retire without incurring another loss because it's important to him to do that.
Which implies you like him against Bud Crawford.
I do like him against Bud Crawford, but I do think that it's a great fight. Now, I could change my mind when we get closer. Bud Crawford, to me, is a latter-day Sugar Ray Robinson. He has the multiple skills of Sugar Ray Robinson. He can defend or attack. He has a deep inner mean streak that he can employ at any moment in a fight to get what he wants. You know, before the fight against, help me out here,
Madrimov was his last fight. Spence?
Spence.
Yes.
Before the fight against Errol Spence, there were quite a lot of people in the sport, in boxing media, who were saying, you know, I like Spence to win the fight. I was one of those people who said, no way. Errol Spence doesn't have the...
Terence Crawford's career clearly shows his talent and achievements. He's shown top-level boxing skills, power, and adaptability, earning his place among the sport's elite. But there's a gap in how fans see his style. While experts respect his technique and strategy, many casual viewers prefer more aggressive and flashy fighters. Crawford fights with smart precision, using defense, sharp counters, and calculated pressure. His style works well, but some criticize it for not being exciting enough, since it doesn't always bring the fast-paced action casual fans want. Because of this, many people don't fully recognize the high-level skill Crawford brings to the ring. Terence Crawford's career clearly shows his talent and success. He has displayed top-level skills, power, and adaptability, earning his place among boxing's elite. Yet, there's a gap in how fans view his style. While experts praise his technique and strategy, casual fans often prefer more aggressive and flashy approaches. Crawford fights with precision, using defense, counters, and smart pressure. Though effective, this style is sometimes seen as less exciting since it lacks the fast action casual fans enjoy. Because of this, many don't fully recognize the skill Crawford brings to the ring.
Crawford, on the other hand, he has been walking down his fighters, and people don't see that but me. For some reason, when I had that tape, people were screaming cat. And it's like David Evanesian, Errol Spence, Sean Porter, Gamboa, a mean machine. Even against Madrimov, the way he won the fight was by fighting. It wasn't Floyd Mayweather sticking. This guy has been too athletically gifted, and I mean explosive, hard punching, and too strong for his ops. When he's in orthodox, he boxes more. When he switches, he becomes a puncher. And now he's coming out southpaw. He ends you. He is not, you gotta watch him fight. He does do athletic things where his hands and his feet work together, and he catches you for sure. But what he mostly do is he punishes and he bullies his op, because he walks you down and whips your ass. He's an ass.
Boxing analyst Bomac shares a different view, acknowledging Canelo's abilities but highlighting Crawford's superior technical skills. According to him, Canelo is a top-tier fighter, but Crawford's precision, speed, and ring control give him the advantage. Bomac points to Crawford's strong mindset and preparation, saying he always enters the ring focused and ready. This mental sharpness, along with his skill set, helps Crawford control fights and outthink opponents. While Canelo's power and experience are dangerous, Bomac believes Crawford's strategy and technique could be the deciding factors if he sticks to his game plan. This shows the fight may be more of a tactical battle than just a test of power.
This fight with Canelo Alvarez, it was interesting to see the comments from Canelo and how he sort of assessed Bud Crawford's career. I almost feel after the Spence fight that was like an exclamation point on everything he's done, maybe from the critics who never gave him credit, but it almost seems like Canelo was downplaying his achievements. What do you make of that? Is that to build a fight? Because it sells itself.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I think Crawford rebuttal was everybody always say he hasn't fought nobody, or everybody that he fought was a no name. But I'm gonna tell you like this: what Crawford said, well, they was something until Crawford fought him. So obviously he's doing a great job because he's making everybody look normal.
Not everyone, like when they go against Canelo, I don't think there's anyone else in boxing who you would ask and say this is a possible task for, but for Crawford, because of his pound-for-pound abilities, and apparently no rehydration clause. Am I hearing that right? He wants full smoke at that weight.
Let's go, man. That's what Crawford wants. He wants to show the world that he's the best. So, hey, why put stipulations in there when you know that you can be the best? So let's go test ourselves.
Look, I appreciate you taking this time. We don't get to speak all the time, so it's good to get you over here. And maybe we catch up later in Fight Week, but I appreciate you. Thank you.
Canelo Alvarez's business manager, known for handling one of boxing's richest careers, made bold claims about Canelo's physical edge before the Crawford fight. He said Canelo's body is built in a way that helps him absorb punches and avoid serious damage, a quality that sets him apart from most fighters in the sport.
I hope that Crawford didn't get any ideas from Skull. I don't think he did. I think Crawford is a hell of a fighter, and it's going to be a hell of a fight.
How does weight play a part in that fight?
Oh, what?
How does weight play a part in that fight, do you feel?
Weight?
Weight. The size difference.
Oh, no, I don't think that, that doesn't, like you saw today, the guy was like, I don't know how much taller. It didn't really play into it either. But Crawford is a hell of a fighter. And you saw today when they did the face-off in the ring, they're virtually height-wise, they are virtually the same. Crawford might even be a little bit taller. But when you look at Canelo, the way he's built, his legs, his shoulders, his neck, that is why he's never been hurt. And he's never been hurt fighting fighters at a substantially higher weight, substantially bigger than him, and they still couldn't hurt him. Yeah. And then you look at Crawford, who is a smaller guy, is moving up 2 weight classes, tried at 154, barely won, couldn't hurt Madrimov, and now he's going to go against the guy with the best chin in the sport. That's why probably odds maker have Canelo as a favorite. But having said all of that, Crawford is just a hell of a fighter. I was there when he fought, I was ringside when he fought Spence.
According to Canelo's manager, Canelo's conditioning, muscle structure, and defensive skills have helped him avoid serious injuries, even against hard-hitting opponents. This toughness is seen as a key advantage in the fight with Crawford, who is physically smaller and less imposing. The manager also pointed to Crawford's recent performances to argue that he may not have the physical strength needed to handle Canelo's power and durability.
The way he just totally neutralized Spence's strengths was absolutely, it was breathtaking to watch this. So Crawford is a very skilled fighter, very smart fighter, but again, he's never fought anybody like Canelo. You look at Canelo's resume. Canelo fought, now it's 21 former or current world champions. There's only 2 fighters in the history of boxing who have more than that. One of them is Floyd Mayweather with 24, and the other one is Manny Pacquiao with 23. And he's the only active fighter who fought so many world champions. So I think experience will play a big factor as well. You look at Canelo's resume, but it is, I think, the biggest fight that can be made. I think it's the biggest fight the sport has seen going back to as long as I can remember. I think it's just simple. And I've done some big fights with Floyd Mayweather, and I did Floyd Mayweather and Canelo. I promoted that, so I think this one is bigger than that.
Analysts widely agree that Terence Crawford is a highly skilled and intelligent fighter. However, his upcoming bout with Canelo brings new challenges, mainly because Crawford is moving up in weight to face one of boxing's top pound-for-pound champions. Experts believe Crawford will stick to his usual game plan, as making big changes at this point in his career, especially in a higher weight class, could be risky. His style focuses on precision, counterpunching, and patience, and he'll likely rely on these strengths against Canelo. The real test will be whether Crawford can stick to his strategy without overreaching, especially against a stronger and more experienced opponent.
How is Terence Crawford going to beat Canelo Alvarez? We need to talk about it. When we look at the guys who've had success with Canelo, we'll look at Bivol, we'll look at Golovkin, we'll look at Floyd, and we'll look at Lara. Yes, I'll throw Lara in there, why not? I think all these fights are absolutely irrelevant coming into this bout. Some of them are just dated, or some of these guys' style just cannot apply. For example, a guy in Lara. If Crawford wanted to fight how Lara fought Canelo, he would probably gas out in 7 rounds, or if he made it 12, he just wouldn't get that decision. It's that simple. Let's take a guy in Golovkin. Crawford just simply does not have the punching power, nor do I think he has the gas tank at 68. He's not a good enough puncher to try to fight Canelo like Golovkin. He doesn't have the physical traits, even in the chin department. Then you have Floyd Mayweather. Well, both can have a bit of similarities. The speed, reflexes, technical prowess, IQ, timing, counterpunching, lateral movement. It's just too much from Floyd. I don't think Bud could take much from Floyd's game plan to implement it into his own success in September. And then you have Dimitri, the speed, the technical prowess, the IQ, the length is too much. So essentially, Terence Crawford is going to have to beat Canelo in a way that nobody has ever beaten him or gave him any issues in. I'm going to tell you exactly how Crawford's going to fight. He's going to fight like his damn self. It's too late in his career to change up the game plan. It's too late in his career for him to want to change up the game plan coming to a fight of this magnitude with a style he's never fought before. That would be a recipe for disaster. He's going to be more than likely off the back foot. He's going to be looking for counter shots. And I think there will be a point in this fight where he's simply just trying to survive. I like Crawford. He's an amazing pound-for-pound fighter. A different animal at 168. This is one of the greatest of all time. I see win scenarios for him, but I don't see him being realistic. I can see him fighting off the back foot, using his speed, timing, and feet to stay away from Canelo. But that's very, very, very unlikely, damn near impossible.
Nico Ali Walsh, a rising boxer and commentator, shared his thoughts on the upcoming fight, calling it a close and evenly matched contest. He noted that Crawford has recently sparred with heavyweight fighters, showing he can handle bigger opponents. This, according to Walsh, could help Crawford deal with Canelo's size and strength. He believes Crawford's intense training and experience with heavier fighters make this fight a true 50-50 matchup. Both fighters have unique strengths and challenges, which adds to the excitement and makes it hard to predict a clear winner.
Canelo's team. Canelo's one of my favorite fighters. He's been my favorite fighter for the longest time. But, you know, I have to be Team Bud because me and Bud are cool. And I have so much belief in Bud, and I know who he is as a fighter. He is one of the greats. So he could do anything, you know, he wants.
And being around both of them and seeing how they work and train and things like that, what makes both of them the fighters they are, in your opinion?
I've watched Bud, so for Bud in particular, he's calm in everything he does, and that kind of calm is scary to watch because it shows experience. You can see that he's been doing this for decades. You can see it with his shadow boxing.
Legendary trainer and analyst Teddy Atlas shared a well-rounded view on the Canelo versus Crawford matchup. He acknowledged Canelo's clear advantages in power, size, and strength, important factors in any fight. At the same time, he praised Crawford's technical skills, speed, ring IQ, and determination. Atlas described the fight as a true battle of styles, Canelo's physical dominance against Crawford's technical mastery. He believes both fighters have the tools to win, and the outcome will come down to who sticks to their game plan better on fight night. In his view, this is a true 50-50 fight, with strong cases to be made for either man.
Well, come on, he's human. So he had a few hiccups. He won the fight. He's Terence Crawford. A lot of people say, "Oh, Teddy, you make him so good. You're always saying how great Crawford is." You know, but who's he beating? He unified the what was his first division? Lightweight. Then he unified the junior. Then he unified the junior welter, then he unified the welter. I think I got the weight classes right. It doesn't matter. He unified like 3 different weight classes. He moved up in weight. Guys are tired of me saying it. I look at him. Look, Canelo's special too. I get it. And he's bigger. I get that too. And everyone's going to say, well, after Madrimov fight again, had a couple hiccups. Now he's stepping up another weight class. Now he's got to fight Canelo, who's even bigger, stronger, better puncher, you know, a unified champion that he's been, you know, all of that stuff. He's not going to be able to handle it. I asked this question. See, I go to the other side. I say, okay, yeah, can Canelo handle the smaller guy who's going to be faster, who's going to be slicker, who's going to be better defensively, who's going to have better legs, you know, who's going to be able sometimes Canelo at this point in his career can slow down a little bit. They're both getting older. I get it.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for the next one.